Hey everyone, I'm here to go through my thoughts on the Forerunner 935. First thing I learned, it's not the Forerunner 945. That doesn't exist, and I kept calling it that, so sorry. So it's the Forerunner 935. I bought it last March of last year. I picked up this watch from roadrunnersports.com. I got it when it was really new and still in its beta software, just to be one of the first to try it out. I don't know, I was really excited about it. But background on my fitness, I run just for my own personal goals. I'm not out there winning competitions or placing. It was really to focus on my overall fitness, and I'm always working to control my blood pressure and my cholesterol and to keep and maintain a reasonable weight. So for me, I was trying all these different training plans and philosophies, and I just kept getting hurt. I kept burning out, and I couldn't figure out what I should do next. I looked into going to a training facility to figure out my heart levels, because my heart is just completely different from what the basic formulas online are going to tell you. I was supposed to be having my heart max out at 188 according to the most popular formula, and it really topped out at 205 during 5Ks. So it was just really off for me, and I couldn't figure out how hard to push myself and how often. And I tried running slower, I got slower. I tried running faster, I got hurt. And it was really hard to balance. And I decided to go ahead and make the investment in this watch and see what I could learn. So first off, it did deliver. It let me know what my max was, which is what I suspected was 205. My lactic threshold pace was at about 10:30 and at 187. So really that threshold pace for me is where other calculators are saying my max was. So that was really good information. I trained a lot smarter after I figured that out and started ignoring what my heart was saying under different formulas that didn't apply to me. So I knew when to push myself and when to back off. I also went off of time programs at that point because I couldn't finish a quarter of a mile or one lap around the track in 2 minutes. So I don't even belong on a lot of those interval training plans. And this watch helped me know how much to push myself and for how long to get the most of it. So I did take my fitness to another level just finding that out. Second, I learned about my sleep patterns. A lot of people get these sleep functionalities on their watches and realize how little sleep they're getting or how much they're tossing and turning. So that's not me. I zonk out for several hours for long stretches of time, especially when I'm really kicking up my training. I can sleep for 9 hours easily to feel refreshed when I can get it. And if I get less than that, I'm just trashed, or my runs just kind of start to hurt me a little bit. So I found out to just let myself sleep. Stop trying to get up at 5 in the morning and cut my sleep short. Just go ahead and let myself sleep to a reasonable time and get to bed a little earlier, and then go from there. Third, I learned about a foot imbalance that I had. So I always have problems with my hip hurting a little bit, and I guess that came from one foot striking more than the other or for a longer period of time. So I ended up going to a chiropractor, and that was expensive. I mean, I think it was $40 a session, and you're supposed to go 3 times a week. And I had my health savings account cover most of that, but I don't know, it fixed the problem, but I didn't really see a benefit. So I'm not sure where my foot imbalance is now, but that was something I learned about myself. And now I take more precautions on stability training and those exercises. That seems to do the same thing rather than popping everything back into place. And I'd rather stick with that than pay for that chiropractor again. So the big downside on this watch is that it gave me this skin rash all the time. And I called Garmin, their corporate offices, and they said that, to not sleep with it, to clean it more often, to not, take it off when you shower and then clean the watch and let it dry. And it was pretty much just only wear it when you were working out, which defeats the purpose of a lot of the functionality that the watch has. You know, it counts steps and stairs and tracks your sleep. So I was really disappointed at that. So I was really disappointed that I couldn't wear the watch all the time. So then I was only wearing it during training, and it was still happening. I was still getting this dryness under the band. Maybe I was wearing it too tight because I needed the heart rate monitor to pick up. But so that was a big deal breaker for me overall, you know, for the cost, when I could go back to my old watch and have most of the functionality and not have my skin react that way. After a year and a couple months, I decided to go ahead and sell the watch. I've learned everything that I wanted to about myself and what kind of training paces are appropriate for me. And this was a lot more cost effective than going to a training center, which they estimated $230 for the first session. And then to do these lactic thresholds, you need to go back on a regular basis because maybe like you didn't get enough sleep one night, and that's not your true like lactic threshold, and it'll vary a lot. So they actually want to do more than one session to figure that out or to see how you're progressing. So for $230 for that, and then $100 tacked on, it was just worth it for me to get the watch if that could just get in the ballpark, and it was pretty accurate for me. I sold this watch just on Facebook Marketplace for $350. So in the end, it cost me $100 to use this watch for well over a year, and I would recommend it. I mean, if you want to learn those things about you too, and you're struggling for ages to figure them out for yourself and just kind of give up on figuring out yourself, it's definitely a good watch. So I've been back to the Forerunner 620, and I'd say probably the only thing I miss is the screen was a little easier to use, or you just use buttons to navigate on the Forerunner 935, and on this you have to interact with the screen by pressing it, and it's really finicky. But other than that, I don't really miss it, and I'm glad I had it, and for the time that we had together that we shared. So if you're thinking about this watch, maybe this video will help you too. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. So all right, have a great day. Bye.